your pride. Show me your greatness.
Happening plebs, 21st of April today, and we still have no Kozmo support or idea or any sort of clue about what's coming. Shining Victories is like so near, like, is it actually? I don't know. It's probably, for those of us who care about nationals, it's kind of a big deal that we know what the fuck's coming in Shining Victories, and as of today, we still don't know, despite the fact that we've had leaks for sets that are like 2 sets in the future ahead of like Shining Victories. We have that Blue Eyes thing, and we know Dark Magician support, but we don't know anything about Kozmo, and that's kind of relevant and a big deal for those of us who are trying to get ready for nationals. I had a tournament match last night, funny story, and I got Winter Blossom, then I was playing Burning Abyss, and I completely forgot Winter Blossom was legal for that tournament. Yeah, well, it wasn't fun. Okay, so Burning Abyss is out the question for me. So far, at least. I don't know. Maybe, we'll see. Probably, right? Fucking hell. Like, jeez, that card is so unfair. So that's one big card that we know that's coming out. So that's going to help us prepare for Nationals. But Kozmo, unfortunately, we don't know anything about that deck. We don't know what's coming. We don't know what's going to change. We've had some Fire King Island combos and stuff that we've decided to work on and play with, which hopefully I'll make a video on soon. And honestly, I feel like hypothetically, if Kozmo get no support whatsoever, they get like 0 cards, Konami just goes like, lol, JK, like, no lol, haha, just a prank, bro. Like, Kozmo would still be the best deck, regardless of if they get no support, because of just how nuts Fire King Island is in that deck. Yeah, Fire King Island, yeah, pretty broken Kozmo thing. Yeah, that's fun. But anyway, so while that card helps a lot of the problems that Kozmo have, which is normal summon issue, brings me to my first point, and I think that what the deck needs currently to really like deal with life and its deep societal mental problems, we all realize that Kozmo has a very low ceiling, so it needs to fix its normal summon problem. We need something to get rid of Kozmo's normal summon capacity, because outside of the normal summon, the deck can struggle sometimes. It has to rely on non-themed unsearchable cards like Call of the Haunted, like E-Telly, like Reasoning. 2 of those have been hit on the ban list recently, so the deck's lost a lot of its explosiveness. Yeah, that's a word. And going forward, I feel like the deck definitely needs some kind of themed emergency teleport, or themed Call of the Haunted, something that's searchable, or some way to get to these cards, because right now the deck has, not the highest ceiling in the game we've ever seen for a best deck, but outside of the normal summon, the deck can struggle, right? So if your normal summon gets stopped in any way, you could be in a bit of trouble with Kozmo. The deck, of course, still kind of reliant on its back row. Maybe not so much Solemns and stuff anymore, because of the fact that, what's it called? Dracopals got severely hit. So, back row is not as important. But Call of the Haunted, of course, I still feel the deck is extremely reliant, and it's very important that you get your Call of the Haunteds going with your tin can plays and stuff, because otherwise you're just kind of stuck with normal summon problems. Strawman is a very good card, for example. I would like to see more of that. I think that's kind of what the deck needs. Just being able to like put more stuff on the board, being able to like use your extra deck. Like, the deck doesn't really do anything with its extra deck. Like, of course you have Infinity. You can do your Break Sword loop. But the deck obviously doesn't rely on the extra, right? You can take 0 extra deck cards with Kozmo and probably do okay, right? So I'd like to see some kind of reliance on the extra deck again. I think that would be pretty cool. Just to be able to like, being able to spam out the board, because you need to be able to have pilots on the board, and obviously you don't want to overlay your pilots, because like, you need to special from your hand, and then obviously you can't overlay your ships because you want them to float. So I guess there's nothing really you can do, but I think it's great that there's a deck that doesn't rely on the extra. I think it's not necessary for an archetype to rely on the extra deck. But regardless, yeah, so it needs the normal summon issue fixed. Another issue I would like fixed would be the fucking mirror match. Like, that thing is complete AIDS, honestly. I think that maybe not more cards like Cosmojo, but just being able to like promote some kind of skill factor in the mirror match would be a lot better. Because right now, it's very hard to win a match if you just get like system down, for example, in the mirror, right? It's very hard to win a mirror match if your opponent sees 1 more Cosmojo than you do, for example, right? So these are very important cards, and incremental to the mirror match, and I think it would be important, or at least it would be great for Konami to give us some kind of support that kind of fixes the mirror match in that way, because right now it's not really the greatest and most skill intensive mirror match we've ever had in Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, crashing Wicked Witches and stuff like that, and Dart Destroyers and ships into ships into ships is it's kind of horrible, right? But anyway, hopefully we can have something to fix that. That's really it. I mean, I don't really know what else the deck needs. Like, I mean, already, arguably, like, I would potentially say Kozmo is the best deck in the current game right now. Draco Pals are gone, so, you know, like, I wouldn't say they're gone, but, like, the decks, like, Draco Pals still have very, very big plays. It's still very good. Pendulum mechanic is very broken. It's still an amazing deck, but it struggles to out a Dart Destroyer, you know. You can't, like, with the Gnista going to 1, with Face Off going to 1, not so much Face Off, right, because you can, there are ways to, like, help you, like, get through that problem, you know. You can play, like, bad cards like Mass Chameleon, you know, to give you more tuner access and stuff like that. But, you know, with the Gnista going to 1, that's a real big fucking problem, because, like, if your one single Ignister gets Dart Destroyer popped, or Solemn Striked, or Kozmo Jode, or just gets stopped in any way, you lose, you know, because you don't have any way to get rid of a big ship off the field, you know, without, you know, triggering its effect or anything like that, right? So, yeah, I feel like the matchup is way too in favor of Kozmo to say that it's not the best deck. It really is the best deck, right? So, hopefully, you know, something to do with the mirror match, like I said, would help that. And, you know, as I was going, trying to prove with that Draco Pal point, regardless of the support, if hypothetically they get nothing whatsoever in the coming set, this fucking deck's still amazing. The deck's still the fucking best deck in the game currently, right? So that's without the new support, you know, assuming we only get like Fire King Island and Ghost Ogre. I keep calling it Ghost Ogre, Winter Blossom, sorry, Cherry Blossom, Reaper of Life, right? As long as we get those cards, like, the deck's like the best deck, right? That's my opinion. So yeah, as I was saying, mirror match problems need to be solved. Normal summon problems need to be solved. Other than that, I think the deck is going to be, you know, the best. As you guys probably all know, I hate that deck with a passion, so I don't plan to play it. But, you know, I think it is definitely the best deck, just because of the reasons I gave. So yeah, let me know what you think down below, and hopefully we get some news and stuff soon. If you've watched this far, give me a hashtag Dark Planet in the comment section. That's hashtag Dark Planet, so I know you've watched this far. And yeah, hopefully we'll get stuff to fix the problems that I mentioned. See you later.
Come, face me. Give in to your pride. Show me your